This Thanksgiving menu is going to be non-traditional. It features a Scottish wood pigeon made with a sauce of Drambuie. That wonderful liqueur is distilled from Scotch and also from honey. But this honey, the bees gather from the heather. Le président américain est complètement fou. Pendant une cérémonie de partenay des dindes pour Thanksgiving, il a décidé de leur parler de toutes les grandes choses qu'il a fait. Évidemment, les dindons n'étaient pas très impressionnés parce qu'ils ont commencé à frapper les ailes fortement. My Scottish wood pigeon has flown across the Atlantic. You can see it's wild from all the color of it, that dark red. So I'm going to begin by just taking the breasts off. Actually, to do this, it would be better, to get rid of wings first. Well, anyway, the next step will be to sprinkle this with some cognac. The legs are right here. And let them just macerate overnight. I've heated some avocado oil here, and in goes the carcass. This is a game stock, so we start with the bones that we didn't use. Next goes in a carrot and a shallot. And notice I didn't even bother peeling the shallot because it helps give it color. There's a few black peppercorns. Now, game stocks usually use juniper berries. I could not find them, they're extremely rare, so a dash of gin would be the same thing. Now we need some white wine and some water. You could, of course, put some thyme and bay leaf in it, but I'm not going to because we're using Drambuie at the end, and that is so fragrant and herbal, it really just doesn't need anything else. So this needs to simmer down, it's a long process of evaporating the water and then getting a demi-glace. One nice aperitif is Aperol with orange juice. Lydia Bastianich put me onto this. Put a few ice cubes in there, and it's really good. Here's an unusual type of puree. I put some potatoes through a ricer, and these are green beans that have been liquefied, basically, in heavy cream and butter and salt and pepper. And then you just want to stir that in until you have a nicely colored puree. Here's our demi-glace now, and to this what I'm going to do is add, traditionally you use red currant jelly, but that's kind of hard to find, so this is seedless raspberry jelly, and because it needs to be tart, add a little bit of lemon juice. And then the Drambuie, and finally some heavy cream. Now, you want to bring this back to the simmer for just a minute to get it all together, and then keep it warm until you need it, and at the last minute incorporate some butter into that. This is not the traditional salmis de palombe, which is cooked more like a long simmering pot au feu. You put all this together along with your wood pigeon and cook it and cook it and cook it until it's all falling apart. Very much like a civet de lièvre. They're both similar, and usually they use heavy red wine in it. So that's a little bit of a difference here. Now I'm going to pan fry my pigeon and put it all together. Here is our pigeon plated, and the last thing is this sauce, and I would just run it all around. It, by the way, I tasted it, is heavenly game sauce. Not too strong, but just enough. And since this is kind of bland in color. Maybe a few cranberries in it would look really nice. We can put them all around here. And there you have it, a salmi de palombe.